And you know, it's funny because Kathleen Wynne's been the premier for 5 years. And the Liberal Party has governed this province for 15 years. And I have to say, and I listen to a lot of talk radio. And some of the people on talk radio might be on a little right of center in their thinking and in their commentary. So if this party has been the government for 15 years, it's because they were elected 4 times. The people of Ontario elected this crew 4 times. This is not some military junta dictatorship that went in and seized the legislature. And you know, for 15 years we've had guys with machine guns standing there. They won 4 elections. And the Premier Wynne has been premier for 5 of those 15 years. And you know, during those 15 years, yeah, things happened. Gas plants got canceled, and you know, eHealth did what it did, and Orange did what it did. But there was also some good stuff that happened in 15 years. And you know, if I were advising the Ontario Liberals, I would actually talk about it. You know, you want to talk about 15 years? Let's talk about full-day kindergarten. Let's talk about how we eliminated and phased out coal-fired electricity plants. Let's talk about how the incidence of childhood asthma has dropped off the table since we did that. I mean, there's good things. Now, politically, you understand why they might be reluctant to go there. So we closed down and phased out coal. Yeah, but then you built a gas plant and that happened. Okay, but we did other good things too. And to the people that are saying all of these announcements are only in an election year, well, so pharmacare for people under 25 was not this year, it was last year. The minimum wage initiative was not this year. It was last year. It took effect this year, but it was announced last year. And you know, helping people with lower and modest incomes to attend college or university with either free or greatly reduced cost, that also didn't happen this year. That happened last year, or the year before, actually.
Year before that, yeah.
So, you know, in 2016, they announced that they were going to build 100,000 childcare spaces. So I find that these things are not that hard to deal with, and I would actually look my opponent in the eye and say, okay, well, if you want to talk about 15 years, let's do that and have the discussion. What do you think? It's risky.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly risky. It's you know, with many years comes much potential baggage, and that seems to have been the difficulty. Ultimately, you're right. You know, as we know, this election will be, as they often are, just ultimately referendums on the sitting government. You know, interestingly, we're now actually seeing what was going to be a campaign mostly about personalities rather than policies, is now becoming both about personalities and policies. Obviously, with Doug Ford in the campaign, it's always going to be about personalities, given how strong a personality he is. But definitely you're seeing a very large divergence between parties, at least between the Liberals and the PCs on policy. So there are, you know, multiple potential paths to gain voters as a result now. It's less, when it was just about personalities, it became really a referendum on Kathleen Wynne.
Who you like and who you don't like.
Who you don't. Whereas now it becomes both that and, do you want to see this implemented? Do you want to see that implemented? And so that I think does present more opportunities, and then certainly the opportunity as well for the Liberal Party to talk about, you know, some of the successes that have happened over 15 years that led to them winning 4 elections. Does open that door.
No, and I agree with you. And on this budget, there was a lot of speculation up until the series of announcements started. You know, will the Liberals table a budget and not put it to a vote, and have the budget, in essence, become the ballot question? Or will they use their majority in the legislature to pass the budget, force the PCs and NDP to vote against it, and then hit the campaign trail saying, look, they voted against childcare, they voted against mental health, they voted against hospital budget increases, you know, and put them kind of in the spot that way. My thinking now, because of the extent that they went to ensure that everybody saw it, and that's a lot of media attention, and let's be honest, From January 24th, when Patrick Brown imploded, to March 10th, when Doug Ford became the leader, all of the attention in this province was focused on that party.
Well, not just in this province. There were people across the country who are following Ontario politics for the first time because of the situations.